let's do this. So today we're going to be talking about Season 2, Episode 4, The Siege of the Mandalorian. And joined with me is a Family B and Star Wars fan, as usual, to give their thoughts and opinions. I guess spoiler warning, of course, we're just going to be talking about everything. So say hi.
Hello.
Hello there. So for a episode recap, of course we don't get to see Ahsoka immediately. There's a little side adventure, because why not, right? So they go back to Navarro, the planet where everything happened in Season 1. So that's where Grief Karga is, and Cara Dune as well. So Mando stops there for repairs, and while there, Grief Karga enlists Mandalorian to take out this kind of an Imperial base left on Navarro, because there's Empire still hanging out there. So our kind of the posse from last season, they go and attack it and stuff, and they're about to blow it up, but they come across a revelation that the scientists from the first season, they took a little bit of Baby Yoda's blood for like some force enhancement experiments and such. And we got a little shot of these vats that kind of looked like they had Snoke's bodies in them. So they eventually escape the base, it blows up. There's a cool TIE fighter chase in a canyon as they escape, and yeah, that's basically how the episode ends. The Mandalorian flies away and he's going to Ahsoka, but to set up the next episode, the Empire had a tracking beacon installed on the Razor Crest, so who knows what's going to happen after that. So yeah, this episode was kind of a side adventure, of course, but I thought it was a good side adventure. I mean, I thought it made sense that the Empire would still be hanging out on the planet, so they had to go take care of them, and there was some interesting reveals given, so I think it worked out well. How about you guys?
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good episode. It made sense with the story without being like, oh, this is just stupid. No,
another filler.
Yeah, no, but as soon as they said repairs, I was like, okay, we're not seeing Ahsoka this week.
No.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure we want Carl Weathers. He filmed this episode. I bet Dave Filoni's gonna do that. And I think he's directing the next episode, so Ahsoka next week, perhaps? I don't know, what about you, Star Wars? You there? Ah, shit.
We lose him.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, what are some other thoughts you got?
I'm sorry. Anyway, what were we saying?
I don't know, like, it was kind of a filler episode, but I thought it worked out well.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, there was definitely some big reveals that I liked, especially at the end. With, what I believe to be our Dark Troopers.
That's right, yeah.
Which is something that's used to be in Star Wars canon, but it's no longer in Star Wars canon.
Yeah, it was Legends, and now they're bringing them back. Dark Troopers are kind of like OP battle droid cyborg things that the Empire made. For a quick background.
Yeah,
so.
they had like 3 phases. They first made their appearance in like one of the Dark Forces game.
Oh, it was a game, okay. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's a game.
Yeah, they had those like live action shots, cutscenes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully we get to see them more in the upcoming episode. Hopefully just like next week's episode.
Yeah, maybe they can be attacking the Razor Crest or something fun. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else do you want to talk about?
I think it's also kind of weird how like it's just Moff dude, right? Moff Gideon, but like his ship is literally just an Arkaton's light cruiser. I was expecting a Star Destroyer, like, you know, he's an Imperial warlord. Why
it's the Remnants. They probably don't have the
cruiser.
best gear anymore. I mean, I'm not expecting like Super Star Destroyers to be in this show. I think that'd be taking things a little out of bounds, but
I don't know. The thing is, like, you have this super important Imperial Dark Trooper project, and you're just throwing on a light cruiser. It seems really.
like cruiser bias up in here.
It's just literally just okay. Whatever.
Damn.
Sorry.
No, you're
I'm
alright.
really too passionate about it. To me,
I think
there should be more protection.
That's what she said. Okay. Yeah, but another big thing. Oh, I'm stuck. Kind of another idea I had though was if they're trying to make a Snoke clone, and we don't know if it's Snoke for sure, but it sure as hell looked like him. I'm kind of concerned with that if they're gonna try to tie Mandalorian into the sequel trilogy. Personally, I like the Mandalorian because it was the first Star Wars thing from Disney that wasn't bad, and you know, it was made by Filoni and Favreau, so it was kind of apart from the J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy nonsense, so...
Right.
Yeah, I like the smaller scale of it, too. If they go for sequel trilogy tie-ins, it's gonna get bigger. So... Yeah, I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I think there's been enough references, especially for... It's Season 2, so I get that there should be some more involvement. Like step up their game, but I feel like Ahsoka, Boba Fett, Bo-Katan, they're all like plenty of connections into other Star Wars canon that I think will make do for the entire season pretty much.
Yeah, we haven't even seen Ahsoka, first off. We haven't seen Boba Fett. And I don't know if we're gonna get more Bo-Katan, so...
Exactly, so there's like still some characters that they just have to like finish off for the season, which I'm sure they will, because why would you reference stuff like that and just not finish it off? Yeah, so far it's been like complete story telling from the Mandalorian team, so they should be able to finish it up.
Yeah, like we said, we were like 3/8 of the way through the season, now we're halfway through. And we still need to see some big name characters if they're going to use them, so... Yeah, they're going to be jam-packed if they're not going to add anything else with sequel trilogy content, so... Interesting to see how that's going to play out. I mean, they also could be trying to make this to patch up the sequel trilogy, you know? Kind of like what the Clone Wars did for the prequels. Which I hope they wouldn't try to do. I think the Mandalorian stands on its own well enough. I don't know, what else was there about this episode? Star Wars, you got anything? Besides your light cruiser debacle.
I just think an Imperial Warlord would need something bigger. That's all I'm saying. Anyway,
Ooh, got me.
Well, I liked how we saw more of Moff Gideon, because he was kind of a mysterious character. It almost felt like he wasn't seen as the main villain until like the later episodes. So, seeing him and kind of finding out what he's experimenting on with the child. It seems like he's trying to give like force powers to other people who don't have the force.
Well, that's another thing I wanted to mention. At least in Legends, in the Darth Plagueis novel, they kind of said that the blood transfusions doesn't work because Darth Plagueis was trying to do all of that, but the transfusion thing wasn't working. So it'd be interesting to see if they would change that for the sake of story, you know. I think
it almost seems like Gideon's a little bit force obsessed with the Darksaber and all this, these experiments. So,
he's trying to get some of it, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he's trying to become like Vader's right-hand man or something like that. Would be pretty cool to see.
Well, Vader's dead, so.
Well, yeah. Oh, sorry. Take over.
There you go, fam.
I always get my timeline.
Get your facts wrong again.
Take over is kind of the head of the stiff, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
because in Legends they tried the blood transfusion thing with Grievous. It took Sifo Dyas's blood, but it didn't work out. You know, he didn't have the Force, so that's an example. So it'd be interesting to see if they change that at all. Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. So.
But yeah, that pretty much covers everything from the episode.
Yeah, I always like to see the TIE fighters with their folding
Yeah.
wings. I think that makes sense, so that's kind of fun to see.
Oh, and I just found out, apparently the next episode of The Mandalorian will be titled The Jedi.
Oh, well, I'd be damned if that wasn't Ahsoka.
So I think we know who we're going to be seeing next week. Plus, it's Dave Filoni directing, so
He's pretty good at that.
it'll be in the right hands.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be interested to see how they do live action Ahsoka, you know? How convincing it's gonna be.
So far,
Bo-Katan was
special
good.
effects have not been bad at all. Because
No,
I
no.
remember the Quarren, they look pretty good. When
The what?
The Quarren, when he was on the
Oh
one-
yeah, those guys. Yeah.
They looked good. So they're not as cheap on the special effects as I would have thought of for
No,
a show like this.
it's quite like movie level at
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Even like throughout both seasons so far. So that's been really great.
So yeah, I feel like they're gonna be able to do pretty well with it.
Yeah, but Ahsoka's an alien though, so I wonder how the makeup's gonna work. But yeah, they've been building up my confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, she's like a humanoid alien, you know, literally
That
just
helps.
like, yeah, you color the skin orange, and then you just give them like a headdress. Yeah, Ahsoka.
Yeah, Bo-Katan
Just hope
turned
the
out well.
makeup isn't too like noticeable.
Yeah. Horse gun. Right, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they're able to keep like
Fuckers.
all of this like big character stuff like a secret, because usually with like big Star Wars and Marvel stuff, you know, you always get leaks, right?
Well, this season was definitely leaked.
Some of it, but like the thing is, like as far like I try to look up online like Ahsoka appearance, and I can't find any images.
Yeah, and they kept
That's
a really
true.
good lid on Baby Yoda in the last season.
Yeah, that too.
So it shows like they can keep a secret when they want to. But I guess they really didn't care too much for the Boba Fett and Ahsoka leaks and such. So that's another thing to think about.
Yeah, and they do better than Marvel because they don't have the cast members that always talk.
Tom Holland.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're.
Well,
Well, I guess
I
the.
guess like also, like, you know, like conventions and stuff are closed, so you know, like actors can't go out and like talk
Right.
and have like a slip.
Mhm.
I think that's also probably what's also contributing to that.
Well, there was the Pedro Pascal stuff.
Oh well.
No,
I
that's-
guess like it's still kind of like a rumor.
Yeah, it's not directly from him.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, I know what you mean by that.
Yeah, so far, oh, also, speaking of Pedro Pascal, that reminds me, the helmet lifting while he's drinking.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Oh yeah.
That was kind of funny.
It makes sense. Like,
Yeah. Because we finally found out how he drinks, because you never saw him eat or drink before. Except for when he took off his helmet, at the one, like, kind of
in the
secluded
Sanctuary
planet.
episode.
Yeah, where he kind of set it on the counter. You're like, oh! But then you don't see his actual face, but yeah.
I like the little effect they put in, like the vacuum sealing when he took it off. You could kind of hear that, so it just gives a little detail about his suit.
And Baby Yoda was pretty cool this episode.
Yeah, the wiring thing was cute.
Just sat in the classroom.
Yeah.
Gotta love Baby Yoda.
Forced to steal some macaroons.
Yeah, I was like, what's he gonna do with those? Like, is he gonna like get mad at the kid or something? I was kind of glad he didn't do anything like that. He just yoinked him. guess that would be a yoink, yeah. Not a yeet.
You know, yeet would be throwing, yoink would be...
He did not that.
grabbing.
He collected the cookies, so...
Mm-hmm. Ah, yes.
I can't get these guys.
Yeah, I can't wait for next week.
Yeah, Ahsoka, finally. Ooh, it'll be fun. So I think I'm all good for the Siege, this week's episode. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm good.
Any last thoughts? Well, alright then. Yeah, so that concludes our little episode review. Next week should be Ahsoka. And yeah, that'll be fun. So thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.
Bye, everyone.